My name is Viola, and for 5 long years I believed my marriage to Jay was the kind most people envied. We had the nice house in the suburbs, matching his and hers cars in the driveway, weekend brunches, inside jokes, the whole picture-perfect package. Jay was charming, tall, easy smile, the guy who could talk anyone into anything. I loved him. Or at least I thought I did, until the evening everything changed. We were sprawled on the couch watching some mindless crime show, my head on his shoulder, his arm draped lazily around me. Out of nowhere he paused the TV, turned to face me with this strange, almost boyish excitement in his eyes, and said, "Babe, I've been thinking. I want to sleep with other women." He said it so casually, like he was suggesting we try a new restaurant. He kept going before I could even process it. "It's not cheating if you say yes. We'd still be us, primary partners. I love you, Viola. You're my home. But I feel like I'm missing something, excitement, variety. Other couples do this. Open marriages work. I just need your permission to feel alive again." My heart didn't break right then. It froze. Something inside me went cold and sharp, like a shard of ice lodging permanently in my chest. I looked at his hopeful face, the same face I'd kissed good morning for years, and realized he genuinely believed I'd be okay with this. That I was safe enough, loyal enough, weak enough to just nod, and let him have his fun while I stayed home like a good little wife. I forced a slow smile, reached for his hand, squeezed it gently. "Okay," I said softly. "If that's what you need, sure. I'm open-minded." His face lit up like a kid on Christmas. He kissed me hard, told me I was the best wife ever, promised nothing would change between us. That night he slept like a baby, snoring peacefully. I didn't sleep at all. I lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment of our marriage, every time I'd supported him, forgiven him, built my life around him. And now he wanted to treat me like background noise while he chased thrills. Divorce crossed my mind, clean, quick, fair. But fair wasn't enough anymore. I wanted him to feel what betrayal really costs. I wanted him humiliated, paranoid, alone. I wanted him to lose everything he valued, his confidence, his social circle, his family's respect, his sense of control. I decided to give him exactly what he asked for, just with the wrong woman. The next morning, while Jay was at work, I called my oldest friend Dana. She's the kind of person who knows everyone, bartenders, models, bouncers, people who owe her favors. I told her the whole ugly truth. She didn't gasp or judge. She just said, "You want someone beautiful enough to make him stupid, and unhinged enough to make him regret it." "Exactly," I replied. "But it has to build slowly. Sweet at first. Then obsessive. Terrifying. I need her to cling until he begs for mercy." Dana sent me 5 names, women who'd been burned badly by men like Jay and were willing to help settle scores. I met them one by one at a quiet coffee shop across town. The first was jittery, kept apologizing for everything. No. The second was pure rage, ranting about her ex for 20 minutes straight. Too obvious, too fast. The third was genuinely kind, said she couldn't stomach hurting anyone, even a cheater. Sweet, but useless. The fourth never showed. Then came Natalie. She walked in wearing a sleek black dress, and heels that clicked like judgment. Long dark hair cascading over one shoulder, emerald green eyes that locked onto mine without flinching, posture like she owned the place. Every head in the shop turned. She sat down, ordered black coffee, and listened as I laid out the entire plan without a single interruption. When I finished, she leaned back, crossed her legs, and smiled, a slow, dangerous curve of her lips. "Men like Jay are my specialty," she said. "Charming on the surface, entitled underneath. I had one once. Left me shattered. Now I return the favor when the price is right." I showed her Jay's photo. She studied it for a long moment. "Cute," she murmured. In that boring, predictable way. "He'll fall hard." We spent the next hour finalizing details. She'd bump into him at his favorite Friday night bar. Start light, flirty, fun, no pressure. Make him feel desired, powerful. Then, once he was hooked, flip the switch. Constant texts, jealousy rages, showing up uninvited, public scenes. I'd feed her lines, approve every escalation. And at the end, when he was at his lowest, I'd be there to reveal it all. Natalie extended her hand. Deal. Friday arrived faster than I expected. I kissed Jay goodbye like always, lingering just enough to sell the supportive wife act. "Have fun tonight," I said sweetly. "Tell me all about it later." He grinned. "You're amazing." Natalie arrived at the bar in a crimson dress that turned heads from the door. She ordered a martini, sat alone, legs crossed, scanning the room. Jay noticed her immediately. He waited a beat, playing it cool, then walked over. "I don't think I've seen you here before," he said, flashing that signature smile. She tilted her head, amused. "And I don't think you've tried that line since college." They laughed. Drinks flowed. She let him talk about his job, boring finance stuff he always puffed up, his car, his travels. She touched his arm lightly, laughed at his jokes, asked questions that made him feel fascinating. By closing time they were outside, kissing against his car. They ended up at a nearby hotel. He didn't come home until after 2 a.m. When he slipped into bed, reeking of her perfume and smug satisfaction, he whispered, "Her name's Natalie. God, Vi, she's incredible. Smart, funny, gorgeous. Really into me." I pretended to be half asleep, murmured, "That's great, babe." Inside, the ice in my chest grew colder. Over the next 2 weeks, Jay transformed. Gym every morning. New colognes. Better haircuts. He showed me her photos, stunning shots she sent him, and asked if her dress looked good for their next date. He bragged about no drama, just pure fun. He even joked he had the best of both worlds, stable, loving wife at home, passionate adventure on the side. I smiled through it all. Forwarded every text Natalie sent me. Saved hotel receipts from our joint card. Documented every lie he told me. My divorce lawyer, Ingrid, a shark in heels, reviewed the growing file and said, "We can take the house, the savings, half his retirement, alimony. He's handed us everything on a platter." When Jay was fully addicted, texting Natalie good morning and good night, talking future trips, I gave the signal. Go nuclear. It started small. Texts at breakfast. "Where are you? Who are you with?" 50, then 100 in minutes. Calls while he was driving, crying voicemails. "You promised you'd leave her." Jay silenced his phone, left it in the car. Started flinching at every notification. He tried to break it off over coffee. Natalie showed up wearing a coat, and a very realistic fake pregnancy bump. "I'm 9 weeks, she announced loudly. "Our baby. You said you'd be there." Jay stammered denials. She screamed he was abandoning her. The whole cafe stared. He fled. Then the real chaos. She appeared at his office with roses and a giant teddy bear, declaring in front of coworkers that he was a cheater who'd promised to marry her. She keyed "liar" into his car door, slashed 2 tires, posted tearful Instagram stories tagging his gym, his favorite restaurants, his neighborhood, sent screenshots to his friends. Strangers started confronting him on the street. "You're that guy from the videos, right? Scumbag." Jay came home shaking. "She's insane, Vi. She's ruining my life." I held him while he cried, stroking his hair, whispering it would be okay. Every word he said, every desperate plea, I recorded mentally for the finale. The climax came at his family's traditional October dinner. 30 people, his parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, the whole Wallace clan. Jay showed up trying to act normal, thinking he'd contained the damage. At 8:30 p.m., Natalie walked in. Black dress, heels, coat open to reveal the prominent fake bump. She strode straight to the table. "Jay," she said, voice trembling theatrically, "you told me you were leaving Viola. You said I was your future. Our baby." The room froze. His mother gasped. His father stood up. Natalie pulled out her phone, read aloud his most damning texts. "I'm done pretending. You're the one I want. Viola's just comfortable. I'll handle it soon." Chaos erupted. His mom sobbed, "How could you?" His dad bellowed, "You're just like your grandfather. Cheating runs in this family." Relatives whipped out phones recording. Jay tried to deny it. "It's not what it looks like." Natalie turned to me, fake sympathy dripping. "I'm so sorry you had to find out this way, Viola." That was my cue. I stood slowly, tears in my eyes, real ones, from the sheer catharsis. "I didn't find out," I said quietly. "I planned it." Silence crashed over the room. Every detail. "I hired Natalie months ago. I chose her. I scripted the seduction, the obsession, the public meltdowns. The affair? That was all you, Jay. Real hotel nights, real joint card charges, real texts bragging to your side piece about how easy I was to fool. But the nightmare? The stalking, the vandalism, the family humiliation? That was me. Giving you exactly what you begged for, just not the way you imagined." Natalie peeled off the fake bump, dropped it on the table with a thud, smirked, and walked out like royalty. Jay stared at me, mouth open, finally seeing the woman he'd underestimated. I addressed the room. "Divorce papers file Monday. I'll be taking the house, the accounts, everything the law allows. And none of you will fight me because you know he deserves this." His mother reached for my hand. "Viola, we had no idea." "I know," I said. "That's why I'm leaving with my dignity intact." I walked out. Behind me, Jay screamed my name, raw, broken, desperate. I didn't turn around. He wanted permission to cheat. He got it. And he married a woman who doesn't just cry over betrayal. She architects empires of regret. The cycle didn't just end. I burned it to the ground. Smirking face.